Hello, welcome to Friday. I hope this video finds you well, gearing up to go back to work after 2 weeks off, and I really don't want to, but unfortunately, here we are. Today's topic gets a little heavy at times, so just a warning here right up front. Usual YouTube stuff. Nobody's really going to like the content of today's video, but if you like how it was presented, please leave a comment. Engagement helps this channel grow. Of course, I always welcome new subscribers, but I have to give my usual disclaimer that I am currently very pregnant, work full-time, and therefore cannot promise any kind of upload schedule. This is a hobby for me. Also, you are going to see that I have redacted the names from the tweets in this video. Another user pointed out that technically Twitter users have copyright over their tweets, and while I have seen other people use tweets before, that is just not a risk I'm willing to take for my small hobby channel. You can find all the tweets referenced on my Twitter, and if you have any questions about a specific one, message me there and I will find it for you. I plan on reaching out to some of the bigger creators on this site to see what the deal is really with using tweets in the future. If you've been on the internet in the past few days or you live in the United States, you already know we experienced our 27th school shooting of 2022 on Tuesday in Uvalde, Texas. An 18-year-old gunman opened fire with an AR-15 style rifle, killing 19 children and 2 teachers. The husband of one of the teachers has since died of a heart attack. Thanks mostly to COVID restrictions, this country had been free of major school shootings since 2018, where a 19-year-old gunman killed 17 people at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, also using an AR-15. The Uvalde school shooting comes on the heels of another mass shooting in Buffalo, New York, where an 18-year-old gunman killed 10 people in a supermarket, announcing online that he had done so because of the color of their skin. That gunman also used an AR-15 style rifle. For those of us in this country who do not worship guns, we are tired and sad and scared and more than a little bit angry. Our politicians have failed us, and as the country focuses on Uvalde and the timeline that is emerging, it has become clear that law enforcement failed those 21 people, most of them being elementary school students. I don't really know what else to say, other than I feel tired, sad, scared, and angry. Yesterday, Meghan Markle quietly visited Uvalde as a private citizen. Per actual press reports, she was accompanied by a single bodyguard, dressed in unassuming garments, donated food to a blood bank, spent time talking with the grieving community, most of whom didn't even know who she was until after she left. One person even claimed they thought she was a local neighbor. While placing a bouquet of flowers at a public memorial, AP photographers covering the memorial took photos of her, which of course were then released. There is also a single photo of her with a group of volunteers after one recognized her and then released the photo to BuzzFeed News. I said yesterday, Meghan went and did what I think a lot of us wish we had the resources and ability to do. Meghan does have those resources and abilities, so she goes. It's something she has a record of doing since late childhood. Now, it will come as little surprise to most of you watching this that to the dedicated hate mob on both Twitter and YouTube, Meghan showing her face in public was absolutely unacceptable. Going so far as to claim that labeled and well-known AP reporters and camera people were actually a Netflix documentary crew in disguise. Insisting that Meghan had leaked the visit herself, and of course the usual cries of self-service. And I have to bring up one of my biggest pet peeves. When people claim they haven't been paying attention to Harry or Meghan, yet are able to regurgitate negative tabloid headlines from memory. I don't believe you. I think you've been paying a lot of attention. I do, though, always get a chuckle when people accuse me of being Meghan, because my first name literally is Meghan. So, yeah, dude, I am Meghan. Yesterday was a frustrating day, and to be honest, I probably let myself get a little too heated with some of the trolls, but today I woke up with some hope. We have talked a lot on Twitter amongst ourselves about how we have noticed 2 things. The first is that Meghan hit pieces just don't land like they used to. Twitter users are more willing to call out the obvious press strategy of blaming or drawing attention to Meghan every time a British royal screws up, or even really if it's just been a slow news day. The quiet part isn't quiet anymore, and it honestly hasn't been for a while. The second is the ever-increasing amount of bot activity promoting just the blind hatred of Meghan every time she dares draw a breath outside of her home. And of course that brings up the question of who exactly is paying for these bots, but that's a question for another day. My point is the online Meghan hate community is shrinking. They are loud as hell, but they are shrinking in number and relying on robots to promote the message since they no longer have enough humans. As I said, today I woke up with hope because there were so many tweets, some from large accounts, specifically calling out this community of people who only exist online to target Meghan Markle. Not the press palace strategy, but the haters themselves. Ironically, I hate the word haters. I feel kind of silly saying it, but really, there's no better way to describe them. It feels like a shift has happened again. Verified large accounts didn't usually wade into this online fighting. The 3 tweets on the left of the screen, the first 2 being from the same person, are from accounts with greater than 100,000 followers. The tweet on the top right has over 20,000 followers and is responding to a post trying to slight Meghan using Kate. The middle tweet, while not from a verified user, has close to 20,000 likes. And the bottom tweet gets pretty explicit in the bottom, but is still closing in on 2,000. Historically, we didn't see numbers like this. I think there are quite a few reasons for this shift. The first is the people in the Sussex squad who have been fighting this kind of disinformation since 2016, as they saw the targeted harassment of Meghan Markle for what it was. The targeted hate of a woman due to the color of her skin, her sex, and her country of origin. More recently, the squad has been helped out by bigger organizations. Byline Times has repeatedly run stories on the UK smears of Meghan Markle, and most recently, the Twitter and YouTube harassment of Meghan has become a target of Bot Sentinel, which focuses on single-purpose hate accounts and the platform manipulation that a small but dedicated group of people are able to do on social media sites. I also think that online targeted harassment has become more front and center culturally, and more people are becoming aware of how easily these platforms are manipulated into echo chambers full of disinformation. While we're obviously not at the end of single-purpose hate accounts, and there will continue to be flare-ups, but by the end of my scrolling this morning, I was pleasantly surprised by the spanking Meghan haters got throughout yesterday. And I continue to admire Meghan for doing what she wants, knowing full well that social media is full of both humans and robots that will condemn her for breathing. Well, that is it, my friends. I hope you have a good rest of your week, despite the state of the world. Happy Memorial Day weekend for those of you who celebrate and remember. Although I have been told that up near me we cannot count on summer until after the 4th of July, we have definitely been getting warmer, so I will keep my peace with that. Until next week, bye.